Israel is becoming like the Gaza Strip. The United States is on the verge of joining the war. While Israel easily intercepts and shoots down Iranian drones, it has been unable to withstand the assault of ballistic missiles as Iran intensifies its ballistic missile attacks on Israel. Israel has gradually begun to resemble the Gaza Strip. Israel has not ceased its own attacks on Iran, claiming that Tehran's airspace is under its control. Yesterday, an attack on an Iranian television station was broadcast live, and the fact that Iranian journalists continued to report amidst the chaos has become a major topic of discussion. The United States is deploying a large number of mid-air refueling tankers for fighter jets to the Atlantic region, fueling widespread speculation that America is about to join the war. In our report today, we will bring you the latest information emerging from the Iran-Israel conflict. Stay with us until the end. Israel is becoming like Gaza. Photographs and videos circulating on various social media platforms show the extent of the devastation caused in Israel by ballistic missiles fired from Iran. Although the Israeli government has considered launching an attack on Iran for more than 2 decades, Iran's current proximity to developing a nuclear weapon and its increased ballistic missile production have pushed Israel to attack. Now, Israel's assessment has proven correct, as Iran demonstrates its significantly enhanced ballistic missile capabilities through attacks on Israel. Various Israeli cities are being turned to rubble, beginning to resemble the Gaza Strip. Israel's air defense system, supported by American and British technology, is failing to cope with Iran's ballistic missile attacks. Overwhelmed by the assault, the Israeli military is focusing its defenses on reinforcing key locations such as the Ministry of Defense building, government offices, and Air Force bases. Consequently, many of Iran's missiles are landing in residential areas. Under its Operation True Promise 3, Iran has struck Israeli cities like Tel Aviv, Ramat Gan, Rishon LeZion, Rehovo, and Haifa. In these attacks, it inflicted some damage on Israel's Ministry of Defense headquarters and destroyed the Weizmann Institute of Science and Research. Additionally, it has struck military residential areas and oil refineries in Israeli cities, causing significant damage. Israeli citizens are now arguing that it was wrong for the Israeli army to attack Iran when it is unable to defend the country from Iranian ballistic missiles. The deployment of new and heavier ballistic missiles by Iran has especially alarmed the Israeli public. Israeli citizens have also begun to compare the massive destruction inflicted upon them by Iran with the damage their own army inflicted on the Gaza Strip. Despite receiving various forms of support from Middle Eastern countries, including air cover from nations like Jordan, Israel has been unable to stop Iran's ballistic missiles. However, Israel has shown considerable success in controlling the drones sent from Iran. The drones' relatively slow speed makes them easy targets for Israeli fighter jets and air defense systems. Urban warfare and casualties defensive strategies used by both countries have led the conflict to be dubbed a war of cities. Meanwhile, the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) announced that Iran has been firing a continuous barrage of missiles toward Israel since this morning, stating that 5 people have sustained minor injuries. As a result, air raid sirens have sounded across the country, and the IDF has asked residents in various parts of the country to follow its instructions. Following the sirens, at least 1 missile was reported to have fallen in central Israel. Israel's emergency service, Magen David Adom, reported that several people suffered minor injuries from shrapnel from missiles launched by Iran later in the morning. A spokesperson for Magen David Adom stated that 5 people sustained minor shrapnel wounds in an attack on a bus stop in central Israel. Iranian journalists continue reporting amidst attacker on state television channel. The Islamic Republic of Iran news network IRIN was reportedly hit by an Israeli attack. The attack on the TV station came after the Israeli Ministry of Defense threatened to destroy Iran's state media. Videos have emerged showing debris falling inside the studio, prompting the news anchor to get up and leave her seat. A journalist working for Iran's state media shared the first video of the TV station's building on fire following the attack. In the video, the journalist, Yunus Shattle, can be heard saying he does not know how many people were killed in the multi-story building. After a brief interruption, the station returned to air with a live broadcast. A text crawler on the screen announced that programming had resumed without interruption. Another message read, in a brutal violation, Israel has targeted one of the buildings housing Iran's television stations. It accused Israel of trying to suppress the truth by carrying out attacks. I have control of Tehran's airspace. The BBC reported that an IDF spokesperson, Brigadier General Effie Defrin, stated that Israel is capable of fully controlling Tehran's airspace. In a press briefing, Defrin also claimed, "We have destroyed 1/3 of Iran's surface-to-surface missile launchers." The report noted that the Israeli military claims to have destroyed over 120 missile launchers. Since beginning its offensive on Friday, Israel says it has destroyed 1/3 of Iran's total launcher arsenal. The spokesperson added that the Air Force destroyed over 20 launchers last night alone, some of which had been used to launch missiles at Israel just minutes earlier. He also stated that Israel had deployed about 50 fighter jets to strike nearly 100 military targets in Isfahan, central Iran, destroying missile storage sites, launchers, and command centers. The U.S. is poised to join the war, moving assets into position. The U.S. military is moving KC-135 and KC-46 aircraft, which are used for mid-air refueling of fighter jets, to the Atlantic Ocean. These assets were previously based on the U.S. mainland, and their deployment to the Atlantic region has heightened speculation that the U.S. will participate directly in the Iran-Israel war. The number of these tankers in the Atlantic region has now reached 30. While they are not for direct use by the U.S. military, it is presumed they could be used to support the Israeli Air Force's airstrikes on Iran. On the other hand, there is also speculation that this level of tanker deployment from the U.S. is not solely for supporting Israel, but may be linked to a planned U.S. Air Force attack on Iran. In addition to this military support, the U.S. is currently intercepting missiles fired from Iran with its air defense systems and providing satellite and intelligence support to Israel, according to various reports, Trump's order and Tehran's evacuation. Meanwhile, former U.S. President Donald Trump posted an order on his social media platform, Truth Social, for the 17 million residents of Iran's capital, Tehran, to evacuate immediately. The former president's comment came after the Israeli military issued a warning for residents to leave northeastern Tehran. In his post, Trump wrote that Iran should have signed the nuclear deal offered during recent U.S.-Iran negotiations. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I have said it time and again, he wrote, adding, all residents must leave Tehran immediately. Hours after Trump posted this message, images coming out of the country showed residents leaving the capital, Tehran. The Karaj Kalis Road in the capital was shown congested with cars heading westward. This followed a prior warning from the Israeli military for residents to evacuate northeastern Tehran.